welcome back. Another week, another show. It's Marc and Bryon. It's Geekonomics, the podcast. And we are here to talk about all things going on in the world of nerd and so much more. Josh is in the back, pressing the buttons and making the things happen that make them happen.
Thank you, Josh.
He's all decked out in his Yukon gear.
Yes!
For in honor of the ladies.
Great game. Wait,
You watched the game last night?
Yep.
Wow.
Yesterday at 3 o'clock. We watched it.
I mean, you shave your face and you get to be an old lady that watches Yukon basketball?
Well, every year we try to watch the playoffs.
Otherwise known as the tournament?
The tournament, but we try to, if they make it, you know, Allison used to watch Yukon games with her parents. So should we try?
Well, now you make me feel bad about joking about it.
We try to do that.
Yeah. I watched it too.
Interestingly enough, originally, because we know the last playoff game was a Friday
tournament
night
game. Yes.
Yeah, tournament game was like 9 o'clock.
Yes.
We don't have cable, and obviously these are on ESPN.
Yes.
Or ABC, which of course you have to subscribe to like Hulu plus ESPN, all this jazz. So
or just get an antenna.
What I did is just got the 5 free day of Fubo.
There you go.
So we could watch the game on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
So it was weird watching live ABC network television.
Yeah.
Something I don't do very often.
Fubo's good. We use it.
Yeah. So we got that for 5 days for free. And we got to watch the game. And man, what a shutout.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fun game.
You get to watch SmackDown this weekend, this Friday, if it fits in your 5 days.
We got it yesterday.
So you should.
No, because it'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
7 days, isn't
Thursday.
it?
No,
it's
a 5-day
5
free
days.
trial.
Oh.
Yeah.
It used to be 7 days.
They make it shorter and shorter.
Man,
they want you
They really
in.
want you in there.
They want you in.
You get the basic. It's on USA, so you can get the basic.
I mean, it's
Fubo.
fine. I honestly, 2.5 hours on Netflix of Raw and just watching an hour of clips. I don't have enough time for all this stuff. It's too much content. Anyway, Yukon. Congratulations to the Yukon women.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
they stepped up and they like squashed everybody. Like the men did last year. They kind of just like went roughshod through the tournament.
In
they got a
South
little
Carolina
lucky.
was hard.
Yeah, they got a little lucky that USC, their big player, blew her knee out like 2 games before. So they got through them pretty easily. She would have been a tough one to. That would have been their biggest hurdle getting to the end of the tournament. But,
right. Watching the poor coach from South Carolina, there were some moments she was like,
yeah, she was not happy.
No, she's not happy. I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
She used to play. She was a player.
Yeah, Don Staley.
For Tennessee back in the day, so she has that player's aggression.
Yes. I see it. I feel it. Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah,
though.
their 12th national championship for women. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last one was 2016.
2016, 9 years.
And they showed the progression of the coach there. What's his name?
Yeah. Gino Auriemma.
Like going from young, he looks so different.
Yeah, he started when he was like 30, and now he's 71. So
yeah, he is now the oldest coach in NCAA history to win a tournament.
It just makes you feel old because he's been coached for so long.
He's been coaching for
since I was a kid.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like when we started going to games at Gamble in like 96.
When I started filming games, he was coaching, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
2003, I think.
Yeah, he started doing basketball in 2003.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
But anyways, a great game.
Yeah, he used to own a steakhouse at the casino back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gino's.
Is it? Are you just pulling my leg?
No. He owned Gino's Steakhouse.
Yeah, inside Mohegan Sun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, way back when.
I thought you were pulling my leg here.
He was also
I feel like everybody seemed to have like.
He was also part owner of Coaches. That's why it was called Coaches.
Oh, it was, Coaches too.
Remember,
across from the. Yeah, it was him, Cahoon.
And somebody else, I can't remember.
Football coach, I think, or something at the time, or something.
That's the one that's now the tavern. Was Coaches.
Yeah. Right across from the XL Center.
Yeah, and it was also weird flipping through the guide because I was like, okay, normal cable channels.
There's a lot of channels on
but
there.
They just incorporated
a
lot of the channels you can get for free on the street, like the Mystery Science Theater channel.
Yes.
It's like all these channels. I'm like, oh, these are all free on Pluto TV. A lot. They just incorporate them because they can do that.
Yeah.
So it's like
they just license them.
Yeah, it's like a massive amount of
Top
channels.
Chef Vault channel.
Yeah,
that's all Claire watches.
There's
randomly.
an SNL channel, which on Peacock there's an SNL channel.
there's a Good Mythical Morning channel, and it just airs Good Mythical Morning episodes.
Yeah,
nonstop. Claire watches that some days.
On the Roku now or Samsung, they have a Conan O'Brien channel, which is great. It's just clips of Conan O'Brien, and a David Letterman channel, just clips of David Letterman
Pants channel.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah. But anyway, it's interesting. But we have 2 shows we got to promote, Mark.
We do.
What's happening first?
First one's this weekend.
Ooh.
Down in North Haven. Get you the address here. Get you the actual location of this. It's a revitalization of an old show with a new person in charge of it. Andrew, our friend, who runs the Manchester comic book and collectible show, is now the proud owner of the New England Comic and Toy Convention. That is at the Clarion Inn in North Haven, Connecticut at 201 Washington Avenue. It's this weekend, this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission only $5. Kids 10 under are free. There's going to be a bunch of stuff going on. International toys and figures. 1/6 scale action figures and accessories. Classic toys from the 70s, 80s, and 90s and today. Video games and a terrific selection of comic books with special guests. I'm going to have to be Bryon here and see if I can say these names.
Oh, boy.
Kirk Bosgian. He is I'm assuming the artist for G.I. Joe, Transformers, Tonka, and more. Frank Malick, an illustrator and comic book artist. He's a super nice guy. He hangs out at our booth randomly at other shows. Tom Buniansky, who's a Transformers comics and toys and Marvel comics as well. Ron Rudat, who was at the last Manchester show. He does the 80s G.I. Joe and WWF Hasbro conceptual arts.
Oh, yeah.
Conceptual art pictures. And, of course, Matt C. Ryan. The C stands for caricatures, because he'll be drawing caricatures all day at the show. He's also an illustrator and comic book artist of the book Brenda, which we will have Stego available. I will be there helping Matt with his booth. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on, a whole bunch more. Pokemon cards, anime, manga collectibles, tons of stuff. It's a first time at this venue, so I'm interested to see the new spot and see what we're going to have there.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a little reconnaissance for you.
Yeah, because I
see how
I'll be doing,
it goes.
I told Andrew I'll do the next one.
Yeah. So I'll be giving the full report back to you about how the show went.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear.
I know you're interested to see what people have too, because I know you'd like to strategize your inventory if you take to each show. So I'll be sure to do that for you.
Yeah.
It is so weird looking at you without a beard on, by the way. I was not going to mention it until later in the show, but just looking at you right now while you're like doing
because you can see his chin.
Facial, yeah, he does his face things when I'm talking.
I don't like it.
And he's sick of listening to me talk about it.
No, I'm.
It's his things he does. Anytime now, wrap it up so I can do mine.
It's almost time for me to shave too.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you shave, no one knows.
I'll tell you my story once.
But yeah, so this Sunday,
done.
New England Comic and Toy Convention. Come and check it out. And then the following Friday.
Wait, Mark, did we go to that once? Like
we went to, I don't know if it's that exact one, but we went to one in North Haven a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
We ran into Sean Lane. You were with us. You went.
Mm-hmm.
High Adventure was playing.
Yeah, I remember that.
It might have been this show. I'm not sure.
But that was a very small one.
This isn't that big. It's at a Clarion, so I don't think it's that huge. But it might be the same one.
Could be.
I don't know. I remember there was one in North Haven.
I was just wondering because I remember we were down there for something.
Yeah,
we did.
I think we took Dan, and he was very excited because they got to go get Hosmer soda afterwards.
There was there was a picture of the statue of Yoda outside. I got a photo of. And I think Sean bought it.
And now it's at his house.
It's like $200.
I think it's still at his house. He still travels around with it.
It's a cool Yoda.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Speaking of which, really quick before you get into your thing, get well soon to Sean. He's been dealing with an illness. He's been stuck at home. He's had to cancel shows.
I didn't know.
He's moved back into the area, but
he's
been
playing
shows around. But.
He actually showed up at the Manchester show.
That's right. Yeah, but he's
not this past one.
Been battling that norovirus that's been going around. He's got it really bad. He's been out of commission. He's feeling okay, but his voice has been shot for the past month, so he hasn't been able to do any of his shows.
I was about to say because we saw him twice, and then
he's been sick ever since then.
Wow.
I guess.
Well, we hope to see Sean at the Friday night comic book, toy, and collectible show, Friday, April 18th.
Called a transition, kids.
From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Over 75 dealer tables, special guests, admissions $5 to get in, and if you're in cosplay, you might be getting in for free.
Ooh.
I think Cliff said that.
There might also be free admission passes.
Yes.
Sneakily placed at different comic book shops.
Yeah, and you can get them for free.
You can find them. We might have some at the show this Sunday even.
Nice. Yes. Costume contest with cash prizes. Free caricatures from Matt C. Ryan.
Yes.
At the DoubleTree Hotel, 42 Century Drive, Bristol, Connecticut, on Good Friday. It's a nighttime show. Come.
Cliff's Con After Dark.
It's going to be awesome.
I keep trying to get him to change the name to that, but he won't do it.
Well, I mean,
Cliff's Con After Dark.
It is. It kind of says After Dark on the Facebook thing, I believe. Yeah, something to that extent.
He'd have to change his branding. He'd have to change his flyers.
But his Cliff Con character is wearing like this like dark
Hawaiian shirt, tuxedo, because it's after dark.
It's after dark, so you know.
Yeah, you'd be wearing an Easter Bunny outfit because it's Good Friday. It's a Good Friday to go to a comic book show.
It's Good Friday to have a comic book show.
Yeah, it's Good Friday to go to a comic book show.
Anyway, so we got these two shows coming up back to back. It should be a great time.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah,
now
I'll be exhausted.
Yeah, real quickly, this morning, my beard. I have 3 attachments to my beard trimmer.
Bryon, did you screw up?
Yeah. Yes. I do short, middle, a little bit longer. And for spring, what I wanted to do is just kind of bring it down a little bit, and that'd be the end of the story.
This is too long of a story already. You can.
I didn't want to shave it off, so
you don't have to go to the deep.
I do this part. I do the middle part. I take off the attachment. My phone. I have music playing. I have 107.7 WACC.
WACC.
For some strange reason, they're airing.
Pig vomit.
They're airing Sunday's program today. Which is
what
Sunday morning.
No one's paying attention over there and running the station correctly.
Really?
So
you don't say.
No.
You should have texted your best friend Ben Durant. He could have fixed it for you.
Who does the classical
He's got a show there.
Is that Marc Maron? Marc?
I have no idea.
The old teacher does the classical show. I said Marc Maron, the comedian. But
never
not him.
listened to it since we got off it.
He's been doing a show since we've been on it.
Yeah,
it's the
since
same
we left,
show.
I have not listened to it.
So it's the classical music. And I was just like, oh, maybe I can put something else on. And then
you can also get it only within like 100-yard radius of Nuntuck, so
or stream.
Yeah.
So anyway,
who wants to do that?
I looked at my phone and I was like, you know what? Whatever. So I go back and looking directly into the mirror. I have the razor. Never put the attachment on. I forgot. I just went right into this area, and Allison's out, working, and she could just hear me go, no! So you hear this really sad classical music playing with me going, I messed up. What did I do? I was so sad. I did not want. My face feels cold. The whole morning, I'm like, I can't stroke my beard. Allison told me I should stroke your beard.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that at all.
Here, cut the mark.
No.
Cut the mark.
No.
Cut the mark.
No, because I know it's not going to happen.
Come over there and just start stroking your beard.
No. That'd be weird.
I did have it.
People already ask questions enough as it is. We don't need a video of you stroking my beard on
I did
internet.
cut it, so I had like hair coming down and just going like this, like the old chin strap. Allison's like, that looks good. I'm like, I don't want a chin strap.
You went for the Abe Lincoln?
Yeah, I didn't want Abe Lincoln? I didn't want the chin strap.
Or the Amish,
old Babe Lincoln?
Amish beard, like sort of like mine.
You call you Ezekiel?
Yeah, like yours, but this is all gone.
Yeah. But Josh can't grow hair up there. That's the difference.
I cut it.
Mine literally does that
it
naturally.
Does not grow anywhere else.
Yeah. Sadly, this is my fault. My doing sucks.
At least you didn't go full like.
I kept the stubble.
Yeah.
So it's
not totally
bad. I just can't.
If you'd gone full to the skin, it would have been. You'd been just look like old Tony.
I almost felt. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna grow the beard back.
You could just take a picture, send it to your brother, and be like, "This is what you look like in about 10, 15 years."
He knows. I know.
Like, this is you, buddy. This is what you got to look forward to.
Well, he's clean shaven.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's
now,
saying.
you could just send him the photo. Be like, this is what you got to look forward to. This is what's coming for you.
So anyway, that was
the clock is ticking.
My stupid mistake. There was no way of fixing it. Like if I'd done it here,
I mean, you could have glued the hair back on.
But it was the quarter of the stash. This part gone, and it's slow motion. I go, I'm like, oh, and I look down, big tuft of hair. I'm like, no, Kurt. I'm yelling, saying words I can't say on podcasting.
I mean, you can. It wouldn't be good.
I'm not saying it.
Would have been a lot of editing on my part, but you can say it on podcasts. You can't say it on YouTube.
Anyway,
that's the difference.
Mark, you watching? You doing anything over the week worth talking about?
I mean, after that thrilling story, I don't know what I can talk about.
It was not.
That's right.
It was a showstopper. I know.
It was a long road to get to. I cut my beard incorrectly.
Hey, we're
it
gonna
wasn't
do it quickly.
that long of a story.
I accidentally shaved this part off, and I'm an idiot.
That would have been the easiest.
All right.
Solution.
It wasn't that bad.
I was sitting there listening to classical music.
I first started shaving when I was 14.
Complaining about it is longer than my story.
I was listening to music, and then my brain went, "Oh, not that music."
I heard a tune that I did not desire to listen to any longer.
Oh, my brain
dearest
went
Allison.
to the places where I can't listen to it anymore.
I then screamed like I had been shot on the battlefield.
Dear
at
Allison, dear Allison,
Just
save
picture
me.
in your head. Classical music is playing. Classical music, and me just going,
Steely Dan, some Steely Dan in the background.
The only thing that made it better was, ooh, what you say?
Now that would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Anyway.
That was 10 minutes.
You watch anything, Mark, or do anything? You finish,
Yes, I did. I watched the movie September 5.
Yes.
It's a weird transition because
September
movie
5
has nothing to do with
It's about the Olympics.
Funny. It's about the 72 Olympics in Munich.
Oh, yes.
When the hostage situation happened. But it all takes place from the view of the TV production crew.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So Bill Skarsgård plays Rune Arledge, who is the producer of the Olympics. Mm-hmm. And it basically takes place that whole time frame, and they use like footage from the Olympics on the screens and everything.
What's this on?
Hulu?
It's streaming?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But it's all like from that perspective and how like they basically they just randomly, they're like literally 100 yards, their compound is 100 yards away from the Olympic Village.
Was that the bomb?
Happens. No, where they hold the hostages.
The hotel at the
Black
Israelis.
September.
Didn't someone do? Didn't
they did?
That
Munich?
was
No. They did one on the other people that were in the area.
Yeah, I think
was it Argo?
There's another one from
Argo
the view
was
of
the
the
one
hostages. I think
was different hostages, but they weren't. Yeah. No, they weren't hostages, but they were trapped in the area, but they couldn't get out.
Yeah,
that was a different one, and they went through Canada.
Yeah, but this is like a whole thing. Yeah, it goes through that whole.
Well, I like the aspect of it being the broadcast.
Yeah, and it's the first live satellite like coverage of the Olympics too. So it's like very interesting.
Wow.
Of them like talking about how they like had to do everything and the old technology of how they had to do everything and like
this is a big
they
event.
have to wheel like a studio camera out onto a hill to get a shot because they don't have any way of getting a
because they weren't set up for.
It's the first time they ever used
wireless, right?
Well, it's the first time they ever did like wireless like camera work at events, like sporting events, like that and everything.
So it's on MGM Plus, Paramount Plus, and Amazon Prime.
Paramount Plus, that's what it was.
Paramount Plus. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it was it's really good. It's worth the watch, especially if you're a TV guy like we are. Mm-hmm. It's definitely worth watching to see all the way they do things.
When I get Paramount Plus again,
how they have to define things. But yeah, it was
you
crazy.
Have Amazon?
Even if you can find it, they'll probably be on some other thing down the road.
It's on. I think it even said it was like YouTube TV and a bunch of other things. But
it'll be on a bunch of stuff.
You got rid of your Prime
for an Oscar. So.
Yeah, you got rid of your Prime.
It was awesome.
But yeah, they even show like how they had to do the graphics and everything, where they have like a studio camera on like a filter, and they're like literally putting like letters onto like a menu board to like
and shooting
superimpose.
It on black.
Yeah.
We had to do,
back in the day.
It was the first year we did Stafford Speedway.
That's what I was going to say.
And that was how we did the graphics. Was that way, the old
superimposed
way.
Yeah,
where Dennis and I would stay there till 4:00 in the morning on Friday nights.
God.
And he would really be like going through a printed piece of papers, and we would put him up on the side of the old rack, and we'd shoot that with a camera, superimpose it onto the video, because we'd be tape editing, basically.
Wow.
And doing that and like playing it and like, okay, all right, now the next 5 guys, and then like do that, and then like, oh my
god,
yeah. It's crazy. It was the fact that I like ever did that in my life, and I was like, and this is the 70s where they're doing this, and I'm like, oh, that's how I learned how to do graphics. It's crazy. It's just, wow.
We were really behind on the times.
You're like, oh man, really making it happen over there.
Did you have some PTSD from that?
I did a little bit. Yeah, I was like, oh man, that sucked.
Did it trigger you? Hate that. You're like, oh, nightmares.
Yeah. But then it was also the first time they ever did like a superimpose of the logo.
Yeah,
the ABC logo. Because they had to give up the satellite to CBS because they had like time frames. Everyone could use this one satellite, and so they like simulcast it on the CBS, and they're like, "Well, what do we if we're gonna lose the footage? Like we're gonna lose it, and how would anyone know it's ABC that's covering it? Like we won't get credit for it. Everyone thinks CBS is the one that if something happens." So they superimpose an ABC logo into the corner of the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Like, oh, this is our footage.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's really interesting to see how like because you know how control rooms are and everything, and live control rooms especially. But it's very interesting to see,
especially back then. Like they were very protective of their stuff.
Like even just to like put like a image of a person on the screen, like in the corner, they had to actually have like a photo department that would like enlarge the photos, so they could then shoot it and like crop it. And then put it in like an over the shoulder thing and everything. Yeah. It was like, what is going on? Like, how did people like? Ugh.
They found a way.
Yeah,
but it was
and they're like running cables all over the place and hooking cables is like patch cables. Like, has like brought me back to patch cables at Stafford and everything. Like, oh god, and at the XL Center, it used to be the worst.
Yeah,
patching things from one place to another, so it would make sure the video goes there and everything. Ooh, patch bays. Oh, those are the days.
Sounds like a good movie, but it sounds like it'll give me nightmares.
It's a good movie, but it just kind of
brings it back.
It's interesting to see like how things were done. That was the more thing of it, from my perspective, on the TV person's perspective. But besides that, it was a really good movie. Just besides, like Bill Skarsgård, like I said, plays the main guy. Yeah, and then a bunch of like character actors play all the other characters and everything.
I know Rocky's saying, I just said Bill Skarsgård's good. And he's probably like, he's amazing. The whole family is amazing.
Family. I'm going to Viking land just to become a Skarsgård.
I'm going to be a Skarsgård.
I'm going to fly all the way there and worship at the idol of the Skarsgårds. Going to the temple of the Skarsgårds. Me and Destiny are going on a boat cruise.
That should be something. Temple of the Skarsgårds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have one.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah. It's probably like a cult.
Yeah.
Maybe its own country right now.
It could be the Skarsgårdia.
And I think they
got a 10% tariff.
I was going to say that 10% tariff. I bet you Imagination Land got a 10% tariff.
I bet you Portlandia got one.
Portlandia did.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Wakanda's got a 47% tariff. We send them all this stuff, but they never send us any vibranium.
Yeah. Where's this vibranium?
It's a trade deficit. 47%.
Getting back to it. It wasn't Argo. It was literally a movie called Munich.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Munich. Yeah.
With wasn't it? It was a Spielberg movie with Caviezel and those guys. Yeah.
Yes. The last Caviezel movie before he went.
You know what's funny? Gibson. He said Caviezel.
No, Eric Bana.
I thought you said Vin Diesel.
Not Caviezel. Eric Bana.
Oh, Eric Bana. Yeah.
Eric Bana. Daniel Craig.
Doesn't get any real movies
Jeffrey
anymore.
Rush. A bunch of other. Yeah,
it was Eric Bana after Hulk. Then his career
2005
went sideways.
Yeah,
you don't hear from him anymore.
No, he kind of disappeared. Anything else?
After that, wow, that was after Hulk and Troy.
Candyland, I heard he got 10% tariff.
Candyland got 30% tariff.
They never give us
candy. Send them all this stuff. Never send us any candy. I like candy. Send me some candy, Candyland.
Think of the penguins. Those poor penguins have to pay
tariffs. Penguins. Oh, the amount of tariffs they're gonna have to pay.
Oh,
just to
God!
Get,
I
just to
seriously
get fish.
think he saw McDonald Island and thought it was McDonald's.
Yeah,
this is probably where McDonald's is from.
That's where McDonald's come from.
Yeah, McDonald's comes from.
I like their Whoppers.
Yeah, we got a.
That's Burger King, sir. You think what you think, I'll think what I think.
10% tariff.
20% tariff on you.
Hey, Bryon. Bryon. What'd you watch this weekend?
Well, I have two things. I started Star Wars Outlaws, which is amazing.
The video game.
Very fun.
Yes.
I haven't found a game where I'm getting sucked into since Cyberpunk. It's a lot of fun. It's a great Star Wars game.
Yeah.
And you just in that world. And
I almost played Fallout 4 this weekend.
Oh.
Then I decided not to.
Okay. Well,
back to you in the booth.
When you get cool story,
back
bro.
to you at the news desk.
When you get a new system, Star Wars Outlaws is a lot of fun.
Speaking of new systems.
Yeah, the Switch 2 was announced, but
no, can't buy it.
Now that the prices went up.
The Switch 2 was announced at the price point of $450.
Yes.
But they didn't put pre-sales up because of the tariffs.
Yes.
Now they're saying
$650.
$650.
They haven't announced the price.
They announced it this morning.
Announced it was $650.
$650.
It's gonna be $650.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll check.
$650 for the big one. Can you check
that because I didn't hear that?
Yeah, I want to say $650 for the big one, for the like added stuff on it and
it's
everything.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Josh, look into that. Anyway, going back to my Star Wars, tell Josh, when I'm done with Star Wars Outlaws, tell us the price.
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws, it's great. You're like a Han Solo. You're working Han Solo type. You're working
bounty hunter.
You're a scoundrel.
Yes.
You're working for different factions. The Hutts, Crimson Dawn, the Pikes.
Yeah.
And you can actually you can work with all three, and you have levels. You can you can screw them over, and you have a hard time working with them.
Yeah.
And if you go in their territory, they'll go after you.
Yeah.
Or you can work with them and help them.
Yeah.
And you'll get
kind of like a la Fallout 4.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
The great thing about this game is once you get your ship fixed, you can hop in your ship, hop into space and have dogfights, but there's no loading. It's great. You hop in, you go through some clouds, you're there, you're fighting, you pick a planet, you land, go through some clouds, you land, and there's literally, it's seamless. It's so cool. But you have this little creature, Nyx. You can have him steal things. You can use him as a distraction.
Yeah.
And what I like is there's a lot of your stealth because you're just a human.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're up against like monsters and stormtroopers.
Yeah. Aliens and such.
So you can use him to distract and go open doors. There's a lot of stealth, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Speeder bike.
Where does this take place in the
It takes
timeline?
place actually. I think it takes place between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Ooh, so good area there. So you can add some big characters in.
What's her name from Solo? From Game of Thrones. You know, she was in
Emilia Clarke's character. Yes.
Yeah, she's actually in this game.
Nice.
Her character.
I know that was a big thing about it, that she was going to be in this. Yeah.
The Hutts are in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, and I'm really digging it.
Come across Cad Bane at all? Because he's a bounty hunter.
No.
He's one of my favorite side.
I don't know if he's in this. I know Jabba the Hutt is in it. Actually, there is some stuff with Jabba the Hutt.
You go to Tatooine then.
Yeah, you go to Tatooine. Right now, I'm on. Your character's from Canto Bight, which we saw in The Last Jedi.
Yes. It's in the middle of Empire and Return.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Star Wars Outlaws, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the game has sucked me in so much that when I'm like, oh, Daredevil? Oh. But I want to play, I want to play my game.
If you like the Outlaws, you like the Bounty Hunters, you might be excited for dropping on Star Wars Day. I believe it's dropping on Star Wars Day. Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
What's that?
Cad Bane and another bounty hunter.
Saz Ventrance.
Yes,
She was a Sith.
Clone Wars.
Yes.
Yeah, are getting little vignette, like little side small
like
short,
the Tales of the Jedi and
like
the
Tales of the Jedi things,
animated.
But it's gonna be like there, yeah. In the
I
vein
like
of
that.
like Clone Wars.
She was. I don't know if she was.
She was an Inquisitor.
Technically, I don't think she was even an Inquisitor. She was
she was.
I had to look it up, but her name's Saz Ventress, and she was in Clone Wars.
She's a Night Sister, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah. See, the Night Sisters were in the Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, and Ahsoka too.
And Ahsoka. But Jedi Survivor is how I know mostly. That's after I beat Outlaws. I think I'm going to replay the first Jedi Survivor and then play the sequel.
Is she correct me if I'm wrong. She might be the character from that.
No.
Because there is a Night Sister
There's a Night Sister
there's a lot of
Night Sister in what is it called? Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, she is not that Night Sister.
Oh, okay.
She's the one from Clone Wars then?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So Josh, what is the official price? Did they announce it?
They did not announce an official price.
Okay.
They're looking at if they can move any manufacturing to the United States.
Yeah.
If they can't, they have said that it would cost upwards of $550 to $600.
That makes sense.
For them to with the
basic.
Well, with the 24% tariff.
Yeah.
This
is from Nintendo's president in the United States.
Yeah.
And he said that
that's without the added game.
That's without just the base model.
Yeah.
Would be upwards of $550.
And that's
just to compensate for
then you add the stupid Mario Kart game to it.
Well, that's another 50.
Another 50 or
bucks.
so.
50 if it's produced in the United States.
Yeah.
If it's not,
it moves it would
be $80.
$80, yeah.
It's going to be crazy because these tariffs are going to hit everybody, and if you're into gaming, especially,
you know, if Nintendo's got a new system coming out, that means like.
No, they do.
No, they're behind.
But I'm saying, Xbox can't be far behind.
Xbox
PlayStation can't be
is
that far behind.
2027, and PlayStation and Xbox are 2027.
They're off by.
They're off years. Nintendo's always been off.
No, I know what I'm saying. So I mean, they're not like that far away.
Right now, Xbox and PlayStation are almost just over mid-cycle. So like they go 7 years.
Yeah, but how much is an Xbox right now?
The Xbox and PlayStation 5 are both at 500 or 600?
450, 500, depending on if they have the internal or not. I think.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around that but.
So think about it. If you're dropping 500 on one now, if these tariffs still were going, and he'll still be a president until 2028.
Yeah.
You could be paying almost $1,000 for a video game system.
Yeah. The thing is, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of people.
Video game system, peripherals, games, whatever.
Physical media, because that's made in New Mexico.
Or Mexico.
Yeah, I apologize. Mexico.
New Mexico is a state in America.
I know. But it is made in Mexico.
Yes,
I apologize.
Yes.
A lot of physical media is all made in Mexico.
Yeah, not there's that many people buying physical media anymore, but...
but still.
There is, because people buy them as collector's items with the steel boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying this also be just for new...
You have a collector's market for that stuff.
Anything that's already out isn't going to get added to. It's only new products that are going to have this. So
anyway...
anything new that's coming into the country is going to be
we're going to see where this all goes. But I did watch one thing.
Down the proverbial toilet.
Yeah. Josh, if I'm mistaken, are you a fan of Yellowstone?
No.
My mom was.
No, our mom was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a couple episodes with her.
Yeah.
But my mom was the one who was a huge Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So
Matt Ryan's a huge fan of Yellowstone.
I hate Yellowstone. I think it's a horror. I think whoever the showrunner Nick Sheridan is just god awful. But anyway, we watched all of Yellowstone up until they took their break and Kevin Costner leaves the show. Okay, there's 6 episodes to finish off the whole series.
Yes.
So we're like, Severance is over. Why don't we just finish up Yellowstone and call it a day?
Yeah.
Now, my
wife...
wife...
off the proverbial rails, I hear.
I was just like, let's just get this shit show on. Let's just go. It is... The first 2 episodes were so boring. Then we get to the 3rd one and the 4th one.
Does he die, like, in the middle of those episodes?
He dies. There's a death. Kevin Costner.
Like, they write him off. Like, he's in a car accident or something?
No, there's like...
He's murdered?
He's murdered, but they make it look like a suicide. But It is so boring even though I didn't really care for the show much.
Yeah.
The writing on this part of the show is so god awful. There's literally one episode where they're just shilling Nick Sheridan's 4-6 products because he has a line of 4-6. It's based upon a real ranch, vodka and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's just like you're watching a huge advertisement.
Infomercial.
They go into a bar and they just...
I'll take a 4-6
Oh
vodka,
my God,
please.
it was so blatant.
Pour me a shot of 4-6.
And that's honestly the reason why he left. That's why Kevin Costner announced he left.
Well,
because
there's other reasons.
No, but one of the main reasons was Nick Sheridan started using it as a way to promote himself.
Well, yeah. Well,
they went
Nick
away
Sheridan
from the
plays
story.
A character
I know
in the show.
They went away from the
too?
story.
Oh,
yeah, he's in this.
gosh.
Yeah, he's as a wrangler or something.
He's a wrangler, but get this.
Kind of like Letterkenny, but not as good.
Not as good. The original series, he plays this wrangler, and he's like top guy.
Of course
right?
he is.
And they'll spend 10 minutes showing him on a horse, like
I can ride a horse.
blocking a calf from getting by, and he does this thing with the horses where they skid with their back legs.
Yeah.
It is like 10 minutes of this, and you're like, I get it. Let's
You can
move
ride
on.
a horse.
Now that Kevin Costner's on it and they have all this time to fill,
Yeah.
his character
Is now big time in it.
big time.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a whole episode where he's just like 20 minutes of this, and then afterwards he's hanging out playing strip poker with the babes.
Of course he is.
Oh my God.
It's a vanity project.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a vanity project.
But that's what I mean is Kevin Costner said one of the reasons why he left was
It kinda
it
went to
became
his
a
head.
vehicle for Sheridan to just push his own agendas and push his own
went
products.
to his head.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have one episode left to watch, and I can only
Does
describe...
the whole ranch get burnt down, hopefully?
I hope so. I can only
Everyone
describe
inside, trapped inside.
these last 4 or 5, 6 episodes as you're watching
A fever dream.
you're watching a screensaver with country music.
Yeah.
And sometimes something happens.
Well, the only thing that could save it would be like at the end of the last episode, Kevin Costner they shows a shot of Kevin Costner. He wakes up. He's like, "What a nightmare!"
He wakes up and it's actually Bob Newhart.
Yeah, it's like,
and he's like,
"You won't believe the nightmare I had." And Bob Newhart's dead body is next in bed with him. 'Cause Bob Newhart is no longer with us. So.
It is just not my favorite thing in the world. Nick Sheridan. I will never watch anything his name is attached to. It is just
Even
Kevin
Mom
Costner
had
in
said,
bed. He wakes up as
but
the
that's
girl
what I mean
from.
even Mom had said it turned into a Nick Sheridan show.
Yeah.
Like they went away from the corporations and the people trying to take over the
Ranching and everything.
land.
You know,
all these people fighting.
There are some.
Stay off my land.
I can go back when we were watching it. I found things I liked about it because we were watching it and was like, okay, I like some of these characters, but it's just bad writing all around.
Yeah.
The weird thing is Kevin Costner's character becomes the mayor,
Yes.
and then there was this girl,
Wasn't
this
it governor?
woman who was
Wasn't
like
it governor, Brian? Was it mayor
Becomes
or
governor.
governor?
Yeah, he becomes
mayor
governor.
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 So this woman is
Kingpin becomes mayor.
yeah, pretty much. So this woman's protesting, and she's like,
the girl from Coyote Ugly.
yeah, she's like super liberal. So what happens is she throws paint or something. She gets arrested.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, he's 70 years old.
Yeah.
He gets a crush on her. He takes her out of jail, puts her on house arrest, and guess whose house she's arrested in?
His house.
Yes. How creepy is that?
That's pretty creepy.
And then last season, before he gets killed off,
Yeah.
there's a whole scene where they're hanging out at a fair
Yeah.
and they're sitting watching together.
Yeah.
And he takes his hat and he puts it between them so they can kiss.
They could smooch.
This season rolls around. He's dead.
Yeah.
They show her in the house. She's like, what do I do? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And Beth, his son,
Maybe go
her
in the
daughter,
kitchen,
her
make
daughter's
some
like,
dinner.
You can leave. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then she looked it up. She's like, you were never under a house arrest this whole time.
He just kidnapped you.
Yes.
You were kidnapped.
It was the dumbest
You were
writing.
being kidnapped the whole time.
Pretty much. Sex slave.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the dumbest stuff I've ever
Yeah.
seen in my life. This is so
Yeah.
dumb. This woman.
It's like, hey, I watched Succession, but I want to make a Western version of it. and make it worse than what the succession was.
Oh, it's the dumbest writing. Anyway,
I mean, it's on Paramount Plus. I mean, it's like you're not getting the best of best there.
No.
I mean, it's a channel that brought you Halo.
Yeah.
Good example if you know it got bad. Mom stopped watching it and started watching Legends of Vox Machina.
It's crazy. That show killed her.
No, but like
she's just like, I'm dead. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm out of here.
Even back then, she said it started going off the rails.
No, I know. She told me about that too. She mentioned because I asked her how her show was going, and she said it's terrible. I hate it.
It went so left field, and she literally stopped watching it and started watching Legends of Vox Machina of all things.
Yeah, I mean, she liked watching the stuff that we were into. So
yeah. I mean, I will give it. Yellowstone, the first season had some promise. You're kind of like, I know this might go an interesting way, but it doesn't. Yeah. It just goes in this weird way. And you're just kind of like, who is this for?
It like started interesting and then just went, ugh.
Yeah, it went.
It's for your grandmother.
Pretty much.
It's a CBS show.
It's like a show you put on because you fell asleep.
It's like a faux dynasty. It's like the new soap opera they got going on.
Well, it almost felt like it was also trying to feed off of the Blue Bloods type of feel of the family.
Yeah, it's a Western Blue Bloods.
Never seen that show.
Tom Selleck?
With his grandma loved that show because of Tom Selleck.
People love the Blue Bloods.
I mean,
I've never seen it, but
the blue hairs love the Blue Bloods.
They love the Blue Bloods. The blue hairs love the Blue Bloods.
That's their demographic.
I think Mariah watched it because it was just one of those things that was always on because of syndication.
Yeah.
Well, it was on like TNT like every hour on the hour.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like Law and Order.
But the one thing that I will never get over is you have Donnie Wahlberg. With a full British, not Boston accent.
Yeah.
Saying he's from New York.
Yeah. It was bad.
Like he was full
trying to do a New York accent with a Boston Southie accent.
Yeah.
Be like Bill Burr trying to play like a, New York mob boss.
Hey, he played an alien. Huh? He played an alien with a Boston accent.
He did.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
The planet Boston.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I've been watching, really.
Yeah, just 35% hair.
Getting ready for the show. And Monday Night Raw, did we record our show on Tuesday last week?
Yes.
We did.
So we were
SmackDown. We got a bunch of new cards that have been announced.
A bunch of new matches.
Matches for
added to the card for WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 41. I just call them cards.
I know you do.
I know
it's incorrect. It's one card, multiple matches.
It bothers you. Well,
it's just incorrect.
All right, I will say correctly.
If I said, I read a bunch of different issues, like different comics of that book.
What is exactly? I'm asking you the correct way.
It's saying a card.
A card.
Yeah.
Like the WrestleMania card has multiple matches on it.
See, I thought cards because there was I thought each card represented a match.
No.
That's what I thought.
No. Because that's also like the term the sheets.
Yes.
It's a sheet as well.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected, and I will make sure to say it correctly. So
better.
So the
do it right or pay the price.
WrestleMania 41 card.
It's like a playlist. You wouldn't call it a bunch of playlists.
We got it.
We got to figure it out.
The card got bigger over SmackDown.
It did.
But also,
during SmackDown,
we lost.
We lost a big match.
Which was Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Kevin Owens, I guess, has been battling a neck injury for multiple months now.
Yeah.
And come to find out, they finally figured out what was going on, and he needs to have neck surgery. So Kevin Owens is out for 2 to 5 years.
And then Randy Orton walks out, oddly, at the end of the whole thing.
Well, he came out I think they were going to try to set up something with him and Nick Aldis.
Oh, he did take out Nick Aldis.
Yeah, so I think that was the plan, but I think there might be other plans now since then.
Something was planned months ago, because remember, Nick Aldis fined Randy for giving him the RKO.
Yeah, they kind of played off that because he had paid when he did something wrong months ago. They fined him, and he goes, "Well, why are you paying double?" He's like, "Well, this is for next time." So that's what they're going to go off of. That was his next time. He is aggravated that
he's leaving WrestleMania. They're going to give him
he's
something.
Not going to have a match at WrestleMania, so he need to take it on somebody. So and he can't RKO Kevin Owens. So
I mean, right now,
Head might pop off.
They added Jade and Naomi.
Yes, which we knew was coming.
Which we were good. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu.
Yes, which probably could turn into a 3-way with Braun.
It could, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like Bryon is not going to be part of a 3-way. I think this is...
I know, but I mean, there's a possibility.
I have my thoughts. AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
The dude, like, you bring in the Braun for that match. That's how you keep LA Knight's momentum going. So, like, if Jacob does win, you're not giving the loss to LA Knight.
If you have Braun
Jacob
in it,
pin Braun.
I gotcha.
And then LA Knight loses the belt, but doesn't lose the match, so to speak.
I gotcha.
Or
So
you have
keeping his momentum going.
I do.
You have Braun taking out or Jacob taking out.
Well, as of right now, it's just LA Knight and Fatu.
No, it makes sense. If they win that way.
Now,
because they could say, like, it's because Solo, when Tama Tonga interrupted the match, that he wants to be part of that match. Or wants to be involved somehow or some way or something.
We have 8 matches. Josh, did you say
14 we're heading for.
14 it has become a regular of 13 to 14 matches.
So we have 8 now.
We have 8.
So
they probably got some coming tonight
and Friday.
Well, does that 8 count the removal?
Yeah, that's
So there is a potential 9th match of Randy and whoever they pick.
Yeah, Randy and that Randy.
I can't see them getting rid of Randy just because the person who's fighting is gone.
I feel like you're right. You're going to give him someone.
Yeah, and they also did they announce that the Machine Guns match is happening?
I don't think they made an official announcement.
No, because I'm looking at...
Because they're now the number 1 contenders. That happened on Friday night,
It did happen, but it's not on...
I know it's not on the
page.
thing, but I'm saying, is that happening at a SmackDown?
They didn't say when I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was...
Because that could be a thing, too.
I feel like it's this SmackDown they're going to be doing it.
Yeah.
It's usually the following week.
Yeah, because I could see that being a thing where because they set up the thing with DIY and Pretty Deadly
and
the back,
Street Profits.
And then the Street Profits and Machine Guns.
Machine Gun 1, right?
And then they also have Humberto and Angel and the Miz Carmelo tag team also set up something with Pretty Deadly. So you have all those tag teams kind of floating around. So you could do a 6-way.
Bryon, what card are you looking at?
I'm on the WrestleMania 41 on WWE.com.
Oh, because there's another one that lists 9 matches. You have the triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Seth.
That's main eventing Saturday.
Cody and Cena's main eventing Sunday.
Yes.
I got that.
You have Tiffany and Charlotte.
Got that.
You got
Gunther and Jay.
Got that.
Damian and Drew.
No, that's not even listed.
No, Damian Drew's not listed on this one.
Damian said, if you heard that it's not announced yet, but Damian did say during his promo on SmackDown, "I'll see you at WrestleMania."
Oh,
they haven't made that an official
so I'm
yet,
assuming
but
that'll be made official this Friday.
That'll be one. Io Bianca.
Got it.
AJ Logan Paul.
Got it.
LA Knight Jacob.
Got it.
Jade Naomi.
Got it.
And Liv and Raquel for a gauntlet match.
No, that's not on here.
That's on SmackDown.
It's listed on the WrestleMania.
Probably a
no.
rumor.
They announced that's happening. That
they
SmackDown
moved it
before, I think.
Oh, okay, so they moved it then. Okay, so, but yeah, okay, that because I was I'm looking at it going.
I think I can't. I'm not sure if I remember.
I remember them mentioning thing is going to
Damian Drew's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Yeah, because they kind of hinted the fact that each of them did a promo separately on Friday means they're going to set up something on this Friday.
So next, we're going to record on Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to be making our picks.
We are.
So that'd be before Raw.
This is for the big one.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
We'll have the belt here. I got a table to put it on.
Yeah, I'll bring the belt in. And I have an idea about the belt for future. So it would be cool that this is our first belt, our first year. But then it would be kind of cool that the following year we get a nicer belt, and then this belt becomes the belt that bounces around for the person who's in the lead.
So you're talking about a show belt and a presentation belt.
Annual belt and then the monthly belt.
Because this is a smaller belt, but I was eyeing the fancy bigger one, which would be kind of cool to have for when you win it. You have
at the
it
end
for
of
the
the
year.
thing, yeah.
But the small belt would be kind of cool. Like if Marc's in the lead, you get that. The small belt
can hold
yours.
on
if
to
I
the
get
belt.
the lead, I get the
You
small
get to wear
belt,
it for a month.
and it bounces.
No, he's talking about during the year.
Yeah, like you have that,
the belt
near
you.
until the next PLE, and then the next person gets to keep it.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun to have a one that bounces around, and you got a nice shiny big one for the
end of the year. You got that,
year.
and then that's yours for the whole year.
Yeah. So I feel like I kind of envision this as the first belt because it's a smaller one, and then we're gonna move up to a nicer big one, and this one will become the bouncer.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Gotcha.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah.
I have ideas.
I mean, I would have had it for a whole year.
If you go back,
that's fine.
If you go back to the
fine
old,
by me. I can hold on to the belt for a
was it
year for you if you want.
The triple WF belt had multiple names on it, and
yes.
Well,
I figured we could just write on the back of it or something with a Sharpie or something.
Oh, like a gray Sharpie.
Yeah.
Put your name on it in the year.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. Like the if you look at some of the old belts, like was it the green one had different plaques and it had the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying. It was,
well, like now they have like the on the side.
The plates
come off and they put their logo on it. Whoever's the champion.
Yeah.
Because it used to be just
We don't have that.
name plates.
I don't have that kind of.
We don't have that technology.
No, I know.
I don't have that kind of funds to be throwing around.
Oh man.
Wasted on stupid belts that no one wants.
Now, do we have any idea about bonus? Like, do we want to talk about this now? So
it
next
really
week,
kind of falls about how
point?
the card falls here. It's kind of.
My idea for bonus points would have been like
if there's like a big, if they do like they did last year, if there's like a
surprise.
big like 6-way tag team match
Do
situation,
the order,
like the order of the eliminations, like who would go out first.
Like if they do the
that you do so well.
The women's tag.
Yeah.
If they do that,
if they do a gauntlet, like who's going to be in the gauntlet,
who's in the order, and
maybe it is going to be at WrestleMania because they mentioned something about it being both brands.
That's what I mean. Is I could have sworn.
I could have sworn
they were
going to
do
on
it
SmackDown.
It would be
Check the
Saturday.
SmackDown card for this Friday. It'll have it on there if it's on there. But yeah. I mean, bonuses are kind of interesting to see how it's all going to play out here.
All right, we'll discuss more about the bonuses.
It might be even
week.
like arranging of the card, like what match is going to start off each day, how the card's going to flow, because we won't know like exactly how that's going to happen.
I mean, we do know the triple threat is Saturday's main event.
Like who would be a special? Like, does anyone have like a live band entrance?
No, I don't think so. But that'd be kind of cool if they did.
Yeah, they've done that sometimes.
Well, yeah, last year Rhea's band came out and performed her theme song.
Yeah.
But I want to see if the whole thing with wait, I'm looking at this. Oh, Io Sky and Belair, Rhea during Monday Night Raw had that whole
thing.
The whole thing. Will that become a triple?
We'll find that out tonight.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that'll get decided tonight.
Yeah,
like they
triple
might add her
match.
to it tonight or something happens.
Because they're really playing that hard.
They're really playing into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So something's gonna be up.
Women's Tag Team Championship Gauntlet match. Winner earns championship at WrestleMania.
Got it. So it's a number one contender match.
Well, the women, it'll be a number one contender gauntlet match.
Yeah. So
Whatever
whoever wins that
gauntlet
goes
match
up
means.
against Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania.
Oh, and you got to have Liv Morgan at WrestleMania.
No, that's what I mean is whoever wins this.
Oh, you do.
I know you think that, but not everyone else thinks that.
But whoever wins this match would face Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania.
That's what Marc just said.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Exactly what he just said. That's exactly what he just said.
But,
exactly the words I just
but
said.
I'm wondering what they mean by a gauntlet match. Is it going
to be
two
match.
start off
so
and then...
two teams will start off in the ring. Whoever loses, another team will come in until they go through all the teams. And whoever the last surviving team is will be the number one contender against Liv and Raquel.
All right. I didn't know if it's going to be a true gauntlet match or if it's going to be like one of those.
Well,
ones...
they'll have like the Kelsey Green's 2 will be a tag team.
Oh, the Secret Service or whatever.
Piper Nibbins.
The Secret Hervis.
Hervis.
Yeah. So good.
They'll have.
Who else will they have?
Natalie and Renee and Dupree will be a tag team in it.
Oh yeah, because Dupree wants to get into.
She wants to get into doing stuff, and she said her and Natalie are doing something, so they'll have a tag team.
Yeah.
Who they win the belts from?
Was Bianca and Naomi, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they won't be in it.
They're not going to be in it.
But they'll be like the Lash Legend and Jade Parker from NXT will be in it.
Oh, do you think they do damage control?
Well, it depends on if one of them's Kairi Zane's back or not.
That's the thing, is Kairi Zane's supposed to be coming back.
No, well, those two could be in it, but
they could. They disappeared.
Because What's-Her-Face got released.
Oh, who?
The leader.
Oh, I didn't know.
But they could still come out as
they renew her contract.
Whatever.
Oh. So I'm doubt to be called that. It'd just be Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah,
repackaged.
They should repackage that.
Yeah.
That was a bad name.
Yeah.
Well, the main problem I had with that was What's-Her-Face that got fired. Like Shayna and Rick and Zoe were good on their own. I don't know why they added.
They're just trying to give her something to do.
Yeah. Now, out of Fire,
you'll have the Party Girls.
Fire and Dawn. Who stayed?
She's the Hervis.
Oh yeah, because that made sense.
But then you also
Alba Fire,
whatever you have if there's any NXT come-ups potential.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's her name from NXT season now?
Yeah. No, but not Roxanne Perez won't be.
No, I'm talking about actual NXT women's tag.
Yeah,
giving them a thing. Yeah,
I'll have to check to see if there is even any.
I can't even tell you who the women's tag teams are.
Yeah, it's tough. Look at us right now; we're struggling.
Well, I don't watch NXT enough.
No,
I mean even on WWE, I don't know if there's any.
Yeah, there's not many. I feel like they're making them up because they've lost some. Anyway, next week we'll talk more. We'll figure out the bonuses. We got to end the show with Daredevil Born Again Episode 7 review.
Yes. Oh, well, we're not going to end it with a review of Minecraft movie?
No, it went huge this weekend.
It went crazy, Bryon.
157 million this weekend.
It made more than they even anticipated it making.
I can't review something I didn't see.
My niece went and she was all about it. So
I was making a joke, Bryon. I was making a joke.
All right, okay. I thought you were trying to hint that you saw it and you wanted to give us a review.
No,
the kids.
I saw the report of
if they made
a ton of money.
If they made a Fortnite movie, Josh should see it. But that's about it.
I don't play Fortnite.
No, I'm saying Mariah would drag you to see it. That's all I'm saying.
No, Mariah would take her, Josh.
Yeah, but she would also take you'd probably go with her because you have nothing else going on.
I mean, it's great that it did well. I mean, I'm happy for it. Like, I'm not I don't want to see any movie do badly. It didn't do.
I mean, Snow White didn't do so hot.
What?
Snow White didn't do so hot.
Yeah, critically, it didn't do well.
Died. But it is literally it is listed as the worst Disney movie.
Worse than the live action Dragon Ball movie.
No. It's the worst Disney movie ever.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about Snow White?
Yeah.
They got to stop with these live action films.
They have 20
That's what I got to
coming.
say. Yeah.
They have one coming out in 2 months.
That's the thing.
But the Lilo and Stitch one, actually, people want to go see it.
Well, it's actually a movie that someone wanted to see. No one asked for a Snow White live action movie.
Nobody asked for that.
I feel bad for the lead character though, because she'll never get a movie again.
That poor girl. I mean,
even Claire, she was in there. I guess there's some other movie on Hulu, I think, popped up or something. Some ad for some other movie.
She was also in the Hunger Games.
She was, yeah, but there was also the remake of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, not the remake. It was the
prequel that failed.
The prequel that died.
Yeah, so it was there's some other movie, and Claire saw her picture, and she's like, "Oh, that poor girl." She's like, "Oh, Rachel Ziegler, why?"
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
anyway,
Daredevil Born Again Episode 7.
The
Death of Muse.
Art for art's sake is the episode title.
Yeah, way to murk out another villain.
Marvel. We're gonna hop into this because I was really disappointed by this episode. There's still parts I liked, but overall, I was really disappointed by this whole Muse thing. It was it felt like an afterthought. It just wasn't that great. It just should have been better. The standouts for this episode still, King, Fisk with him going back to old ways.
Yes.
Daredevil coming back finally.
Yeah.
But I will say this: so far, we have 2 episodes left to finish the season. I'm still enjoying it. I look forward to it. It's still really good. But at this point, I really have no connection with any of the other characters because it's mainly about these 2. I kind of miss the Karen and Foggy, like them having a storyline. I kind of miss that.
Yeah.
The Muse should have been more. It should have been more like the city is in fear. Like, show us the city in fear. Like it should have been. He should have been more scarier. There should have been like a serial killer is out on loose. He killed 60 people. Like, this is scary stuff. This is Summer of Sam all over again.
I think the reason why they did that is potentially they want to make that task force look stronger and more. Yes.
They wanted to do it so that way, like at the end of the episode where he says, Daredevil didn't take out Muse. We did.
Yeah.
They're using Muse as the impetus for the big confrontation at the end.
I get that.
So that's what he was there for. He's not there to be a big bad villain. He's there to be like the villain of the week kind of guy.
Basically, it was also supposed to show before Fisk showed up, shit was worse than it is now. Now that Fisk is here and he has his task force, they got rid of one of the worst criminal masterminds, serial killers.
Sort of.
But you know what I mean?
That's what he's using as a political football as opposed to...
It does suck that they killed them all so quickly, but it made sense to get the Daredevil storyline and the Kingpin storyline to actually have a push.
It was to get the move along the bigger story than it was to do anything else.
I think if they had more episodes and they didn't have to go through rewrites,
also was the
probably
impetus
would have
to bring him out of Daredevil out of hiding and to bring him back because he took White Tiger's niece and then he went after the psychologist.
Totally. It just felt so rushed. It felt like we could have...
And then there's also the weird thing of, I didn't know if you caught it,
what?
That when Fisk realizes who he was going after, the Muse, when he realizes whose office it is, when he gets there, he asks doesn't know.
Well, no, it wasn't. He knew before that.
Well, I know, but he's like, when he got there though, he realized I think he kind of there was that aura of when he found out who it was that he was going after. Where he was like, oh, I know that person. And then it was like, he was trying to act like he'd never been to that office before when he first walked in. Like, he was like, oh, where is this? How does, he was trying to play it off like he didn't know where things were.
Yeah.
And then that's when I think he was like, oh, well, we need to decide. We need to say that we did this,
Well, Fisk never even went up. The guys were up there, remember? And
he walked up afterwards and he walked into the room and that's what he said. We did this, not Daredevil.
Well, yeah, because the guy was like, everything. The guy was taken out already.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, it would have been really cool if episode 1, they were planting the seed that something bad was happening.
They were, though. They just weren't saying it.
Yeah, they were just telling us.
Well,
but they weren't
showing us. They were doing it in the background. Yeah, it was very comic book-esque, though. It was very...
Yeah, it was...
There was that wavering, they had that uneasy scene where he goes up to her at the book signing.
Yes, we saw that.
So there's always it's been in the background. They've shown the murals constantly,
but they never showed the city in fear. Like, it would have been
because
cool.
It was one of those things where he was so good as a serial killer, no one knew.
But now that everybody knew,
then as soon as he started messing
killed
up,
2 women.
Yeah, as soon as he messed up, he got caught.
Well, that's the thing is
that's how serial killers work. It's like you don't know they're a serial killer until they do something stupid.
Honestly, what really did it was if White Tiger wasn't killed, then his niece wouldn't have picked it up to push forward with it. And actually, a lot of it has to do with rewrites.
Well, yes.
Most of it has to do with...
There's also the thing, too, of they never really answered the question of who shot White Tiger.
No, we don't know.
So was it Muse that killed him?
No,
or was it somebody else?
He was wearing a Punisher thing.
I know, but it doesn't mean it could have been.
But that side plot has been pushed aside
for now.
And then,
but it could come back around.
I guess what I'm trying to say is they could have played into the serial killer thing, and instead of just saying like Fisk is looking out the window, I see fear. But then they cut to a shot. If everybody's walking around holding hands, they should have cut to footage.
Because that's what it is.
But they should have cut the footage of people being told to stay in. We're on a manhunt.
But that's a problem.
That would have been
cool. one was in fear.
No one was told.
But also, no one was in fear.
Yeah.
No, they were, Josh, scared. Because those 2 girls.
Yeah, but that was it.
Knew about
all I knew was just those 2 girls got killed.
No,
they didn't know that 60 people had gotten killed.
They didn't release that, Bryon.
Everybody knew about the artwork.
Yeah, but that was it.
But
no one knew that it was blood that they were using.
No one they kept a
It was
lot
all
of that
internal
stuff.
information. It wasn't public information. That was the thing. He's trying to keep this whole thing under wraps. Like, he was keeping it under wraps that this is all going on so people wouldn't know and put people in
panic. How do
60
people go missing and not one person knows anything?
In a big city like New York City, I'm pretty sure that happens constantly.
Well...
It's a lot of SVU episodes of.
I mean, yeah. How do you not watch Law and Order?
20 12-year-olds go missing?
And Law and Order
happens all the time.
Law and Order has
just because SVU's doing it doesn't mean anyone else knows what's going on.
All I'm saying is, I feel like the Muse character was
I'm agreeing with you, Bryon.
Well done.
It
could have been fleshed out better.
No, but that's the thing is you have to deal with rewrites, but you also have to deal with you have a plot of Fisk is in charge. He sees the fear. No one else is scared, but he sees, the city's in fear. Stuff is happening. I have to fix it. When no one actually was scared because, unfortunately, they've dealt with alien invasions.
Yeah.
Half the people going missing.
You ever got blipped
people
like 5 years ago?
Like, yeah. Well,
I don't know. No, but that's the thing is
you're
dealing with a multiple apocalyptic
you had the
versions of New York City that 60 people went missing.
Yeah,
so did half the city.
You didn't even know because they wouldn't even know it. It was all like he was taking like people who would wander into this. Like, it wasn't like he was just hunting like big name people. He was hunting.
Well, I know, just
streetwalkers
and homeless people
homeless people.
Well, I'm saying that's
those two girls.
That's what happened.
Sadly, people who could go missing and no one
will
care.
notice.
I guess I was really hoping for more.
He stumbled
like
up.
A Summer
he messed
of Sam,
up. Yeah.
Like
he messed up when he killed those 2 girls that people would actually know, and they left them for the cops to find.
Well, yeah, he just left them there. I was just hoping for more from this character. That's all. That's
I mean,
all
they
kind
of like hinted at a lot of things too. Like they were saying, like they showed that one scene where that guy shows up on the shore, and that's where he was dumping the bodies. It was like at the port that Fisk used to run that got shut down.
Yeah.
So no one was going there.
Yeah.
So just like there's probably 60 bodies lying around.
I think the best part of the whole episode was the very ending when Vanessa put a hit out on Fisk for reasons I don't know.
She didn't,
and then he had his guy kill him.
Yeah.
Because she didn't.
She had the other guy kill him.
It was
she was setting the other guy
setup.
up.
Because that guy came to her saying, "Oh, well, if you want to change the balance of power, everything was better when you were in charge."
Yes. Yeah.
But she was
setting
going
that
off
guy
of the way I interpreted it. She's seeing Fisk coming back to the Kingpin.
Yeah.
So why would she want to kill him?
Exactly. That's what I thought. I took it as that way. I took it as her setting that guy up
to bring back more of the Kingpin.
To get taken out.
You think so?
Yeah, set tracksuit up for getting taken out.
Because she doesn't like neutered Fisk.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. She let
Kingpin.
Fisk know one of the generals or whatever you want to call them of one of the leaders of the gangs
basically is trying
to
get rid of you.
Wants to take you out.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It's like
so he's alone at the restaurant and they had his muscle guy take him out.
Yeah, and because the other thing is to have Fisk like that. I could see where you're thinking it because he goes, "Oh, well, let Vanessa know that I can bring her home some food."
Yes.
Yeah.
So does she know that she sent him in to be killed, or did she think she was going to be able to take him out?
No, she thought that he was.
No, but that's where I could see some of the people trying to figure out.
No, it was definitely him being like, "We're together," so she knows that I'm setting this guy up to get whacked. So
we'll find out this week.
Yeah. Then coming up, we got Andor, right? Not long. Coming.
Yeah, so after I finish, once Daredevil ends, I'm going to go back into Andor. Yet again, it goes back to, I don't have enough time. So when Daredevil's over, I'll jump back into Andor because I stopped watching
This is coming from the guy that watched Yellowstone,
time.
who he doesn't like in the first place.
What?
You could have watched it instead of watching Yellowstone.
You could have.
Well, Allison doesn't watch Andor. And
there's you have to have other time in the day to watch
I've run out of time.
Like, what do you do when you get home from work? Stare at the wall for a couple hours?
I make dinner. I play Outlaws, and then go to bed early.
Maybe take some of the Outlaw time and use it to watch Andor.
Instead of one Star Wars thing, you can do another Star Wars thing.
I'm too into Outlaws. Also, I got to get ready. I'm getting ready for my show. Plus, I don't know. By the time I make dinner, eat, I got like an hour or two.
I know,
in
Grandpa's
me.
exhausted.
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, you get this facial hair by staying up late.
I'm up at 4:30.
This
What do you want from me?
This baby fresh skin he's got underneath his beard, 9
o'clock. I fell asleep multiple times during Yellowstone. Like I was like, huh? What happened?
I mean, that's just normal. I don't think that's. It's made for that. I think that's why they write it that way.
What happened?
So you wake up and you miss anything.
Paramount paralysis or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Andor. Once Born Again's over, I'm going to start doing Andor, and then I'll just go right into season 2.
There you go.
There you go. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This wasn't my favorite episode. I just thought the Muse got done dirty. That's just how I
Muse
see
is
it.
just a character. He wasn't the big bad. The big bad's
canon. He was cannon fodder. Unfortunately,
I just felt like
we all knew it was coming. It was going to be between Daredevil and Kingpin. Like anyone else who was in it was just not going to make. Was not really there for the long haul.
I just kind of miss the original Daredevil where they could tell multiple stories in one episode and like you had a well-rounded cast. I get it, it's just these two, but I just wish we got a little bit more to build up the Muse. And I just wish we had more time with some other characters.
They only have 2 episodes left, so they can't
have plenty
really...
of characters.
I know, but he's got to get born again first before he can do all that.
I guess
he's got to
get born
baptized, and you got to go through the whole thing.
I give it the
he's
benefit of the doubt.
He's got to take his test to make sure he can get baptized.
Because this season is a mush of the original and the new stuff.
Yes.
So season 2, I hope, has more of the one direction.
Yeah.
They're not... so I give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
This was not personally my favorite.
I think I do agree with you, Bryon, but I think with the amount of episodes they had, the rewrites, and the schedule of what they were doing, they didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish Disney, they're just like, it's weird. You go to Netflix, right? And those episodes were an hour and 10, and there were 16, 15 episodes. And with Disney, for some strange reason, they're afraid to let these people make more than an hour
because they're worried about losing money.
Yeah, all the episodes
losing money. I think it's just the thing of
always under an hour.
But I think when it was Netflix, they had more time and more money to put into it. Whereas you're dealing with multiple different avenues and shows, and it's like as soon as this ends, you have Andor. So there's a progression of stuff that they have to get through.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, just kind of thinking of this now, like a lot of these shows and things are shot outside of America.
No, they're in Georgia, Atlanta.
No, but I know, but a lot of stuff shot in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So if it's shot in Vancouver, it is then being exported to America.
Oh, we're getting prepare for all this subscription stuff to go up.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like the tariffs.
Yeah.
Production costs are going to go up.
Yeah.
Because they're
equipment, cameras.
They film a lot of stuff in Atlanta, Georgia.
I saw a thing last week. Canon and Hitachi have already said, like, their cameras are going to skyrocket. So buy your cameras now.
Yeah.
Oh, this
basically.
Get on B&H now.
Yeah. I mean,
like B&H is going to hurt because they're going to lose a lot of business because people aren't going to be able to afford cameras.
And they're already dealing with delays from when they first started implementing tariffs. So
the supply chain issues and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's going to cripple everything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but hey, stay tuned for more fun stuff to talk about.
Listen,
we'll be here
this is Trump's world. We're just suffering in it. That's what I say.
He's golfing. He won a golf tournament over the weekend.
Hey,
so that's
good for him. I'm glad.
At his own golf course.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Whoa!
Man,
I wish I had my own golf course.
He's like Kim Jong-un over there.
He probably is.
Yeah, he did. He was doing that instead of welcoming our fallen soldiers back to the United States.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
He had important things to do.
He had important things.
He had a very important golf tournament.
Golf is way more important than poor people being able to afford their groceries.
That's right.
That's what we say in America.
Exactly.
That's what we say.
Welcome to a new America.
Welcome to a new America.
I don't want to end this on another sad note, but
then why are you?
Because
he's got it.
He's on your desk, and he's no longer with us.
Deadpool? R2-D2?
Batman. We lost another Batman.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, it happened right after we got done.
Happened after we finished the show.
And because I was like, favorite Val Kilmer movies. And Top Secret is still one of my favorites.
Willow.
Real genius.
He
was Mad
Willow. Mad Mardigan.
I loved Willow.
Yes.
Him and Willow.
Yeah.
He was great as a Batman.
I wore that tape out. I love that movie so much.
We wore out Real Genius. What are you talking about?
That's insane.
We got Real Genius.
Right.
I was thinking about it. Like I got Real Genius. It was Real Genius, The Karate Kid, and Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were all like movies you could get when you got a value meal at McDonald's back in the day.
Yes.
I think the Field of Dreams tape is still in the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Field of Dreams.
I think it might have been Karate Kid 2.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like those 3 movies. It might have been one other one too. But like I remember those like the first 3 VHSs I ever saw.
Was it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was one of them?
It might have been. But I remember like wearing that Real Genius one out because I like watched it over and
it
over.
Was
and
it was
over
in
again.
that weird, it was like a full box.
Yeah.
That actually had a flap that you had to open up to take the tape out.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a slide bottom one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean,
we wore that movie out.
There's a great documentary on Amazon Prime about Val Kilmer that his son helped put together. And Val Kilmer, even though he was a stud, he was a big old nerd.
Yeah.
Because he loved
film, Mark Twain.
He would
film
I
was going to say Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
So all the movie sets, he had a tape recorder.
Yeah.
And he would film all behind the scenes stuff with everybody.
Yeah.
He was like before everybody was doing it now.
Yeah.
So they string together all this old footage of him on all these sets and goofing off, having a good time with everybody. And like his son,
called Val, I believe.
Yeah, his son helped him put it together.
Yeah.
And they actually, his voice can be heard through a computer because this is like right when everything
he was going. Yeah.
To the cancer. Was it his throat cancer?
He had some disease of some sort. I don't know if it was cancer, but it was a disease of some sort.
But really, if you watch it now, you'll probably just cry.
Because as he
really
was
good.
starting to find out he had this throat issue or whatever he had had started doing Citizen Twain.
Yeah.
Where he would go around as Mark Twain. And
it was
do
a
like
one-man
show
yeah.
basically as Mark Twain.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And there's a Sunday morning interview with him where he's doing the thing, and it's amazing. And then like they talk about how he and then I saw another thing where he talks about how he I guess became like a huge benefactor for the Mark Twain house in Connecticut.
Oh, nice.
Here in Hartford.
Yeah.
And was like a member and would like show up randomly and like clear out the gift shop basically of all the new stuff they had every year.
Nice.
Because he was like a huge Mark Twain fan. Like he was like an addict.
I remember the getup. He had prosthetics on.
Yeah,
he looked just like Mark Twain.
He was also one of the first people to allow AI technology to take his voice.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the plans for Maverick was for his voice to be in the movie, but it was going to be his voice, not and AI was going to manipulate it. But it was like he was working with them. It wasn't like they just took it. And
no, exactly. Yeah, because that's how he was in Top Gun Maverick.
I wish this show was streaming, but back in the day on HBO, Ricky Gervais's show Life's Too Short with Warwick.
Yes.
Val Kilmer is actually in season 2 playing a parody,
parody of himself. It's kind of like Kirby Enthusiasm before Kirby Enthusiasm.
It's Curb, but about Warwick.
Yes.
And Val Kilmer's in it, and he's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like really good. Like he's in a few episodes, and it was
he even
hilarious.
says like in the interview, I think it was a Sunday morning one. I watched a bunch of interviews of him like right after he passed, but one of them was saying how like his initial thing was he wanted to be a comedy actor.
Yeah.
But then he got Batman, and that changed everything. Like he
Batman was later.
But he like
but that's like
he
Real
was in like
Genius
Real
and all those
Genius.
movies.
He was in Top Secret. He was in
Top Gun.
But
That
like
was
Top
before
Gun,
Batman.
but then like Batman happened, and then like people started like wanting him to be like an action star, and stuff like that. And he's like, I kind of felt that
Tombstone
thing.
Yeah,
Tombstone. But he was like, I really wanted to like my real thing is comedy. Like
because
that's why I'm such a big Mark
Twain guy. He became friends with what's his face from MacGruber.
Yeah, he was the villain in MacGruber.
And he became best friends with I can't remember his name.
Will
Forte.
Yeah.
And they were working on a movie that they were going to do together.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great in MacGruber. Like it was so cool to see him in that movie. At the time, back then, if you saw someone playing a comedic role who doesn't do it, like sort of like Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Now I feel it's old hat.
Well, now it's like a thing. Like people feel like they have to do it.
Well, then
like,
what's his face from Dumb and Dumber? Daniels, where he was so straight laced and everything, and then he was in Dumb and Dumber. I was like, oh, he's funny.
Yeah.
Now, let's end it on a positive. Val Kilmer, we're talking about this. The trailer for the new Naked Gun looks really good.
Liam Neeson.
Yes, and he's playing Frank Drever's son.
Because Leslie Nielsen and Liam Neeson.
And they do the whole. Everybody's in a room with all their dead dads.
O.J. Simpson's dad.
And OJ.
He's like,
yeah. Oh yeah, because it's Liam Neeson looking at Leslie Nielsen going, I miss you, Dad. And then the guy who was the chief of police.
The chief.
Whatever.
They showed
I miss you, Dad. There goes an OJ, and his character's like,
no.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Akiva from Lonely Island, he
wrote and directed it.
Yeah, so I have, and it's produced by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
So I have high hopes, and that trailer made me want to see
even
it.
If it doesn't do good, it's going to just be stupid funny.
I gotta see.
This is gonna be fun.
I really miss fun.
Stupid movies.
You
know what other one I saw the trailer for?
It,
and I'm probably the only one in the group that is excited for it. The new Tron movie.
Oh no, me. It comes out on my birthday.
Tron Ares, man.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if everyone hates it. I'm going to watch it.
Comes out on Josh's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
10-10. Yeah.
10-10.
We saw the last Tron movie.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
This one, Jared Leto.
He
plays
like,
the
even though I don't like Jared Leto, I don't care.
We plays the bad program.
Yeah.
Well, he's a voice, right?
No, he's actually live action.
Because they come into our world to become
the
actual
programs
people.
come into the real world.
Well, do you remember how
they break through?
You remember how the last one?
Yeah,
Legacy,
how he gets out at the end.
Yes,
the programs figure out how to do that.
But also, it's instead of it being that digital look to it, they're actual people.
Yeah.
So that moves into our world with like the floating.
The first thing is there's two light cycles flying down the highway. And then a cop car comes up behind them, and they put the thing on.
You hear the radios,
and like you hear like the.
He puts the wall up,
and the red, like wall comes up, and just like cuts through the
bifurcates the police car
in half.
I didn't watch the trailer.
And I'm like,
then there's another scene where
then they have like the flying ship comes in,
sitting
it's like attacking.
Yeah,
we saw the last Tron movie. That was right on the cusp. That's when
that was like right before. Yeah,
they did the face de-aging on
Bridges,
and that was.
And it looked good because it was supposed to be in a computer screen.
Who does Toy Story? Why can't I think of their name?
Pixar.
I think Pixar.
I think it was a combo Pixar ILM.
Yeah, they worked
and
on
a bunch
that.
Other
because there was a lot of shadow working.
Yeah.
They had them in the shadows a lot, but when they showed them, and this was like before Tony Stark, it was done to him.
It was like right after
before
that,
Barf.
I think.
No, this is like
might have been right around that same time though. Might have been right around there.
This was like
because that was Civil War time.
This wasn't done like it was, like it is now.
Yeah.
But like back then, it was like wow.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I enjoyed the last one.
Yeah.
So. Those
stupid
movies
fun.
You gotta see.
And the soundtrack is done by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, it's 9 Inch Nails this time because Daft Punk.
Yeah, because Daft Punk did it last time.
Yeah,
but they're retired. So.
Yeah, so now Trent is doing it.
Yeah,
we actually said it as 9 Inch Nails and not as Trent Reznor.
Well, soundtracks are usually Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
This one says 9 Inch Nails.
It literally has on the screen.
It has a logo and everything.
The 9 Inch Nails logo. So.
I gotcha. Well, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we ended on a positive.
Yay.
Look at that.
So looking forward to that because that was all more CinemaCon stuff.
Yeah.
So
a lot of stuff dropped for that. I honestly.
Yeah, there's also Thunderbolt stuff too that
a lot of Thunderbolt stuff. So. They drove in the limo. David Harbour drives them in.
Oh, really?
They did. They did they filmed it. Yeah. So I have in-car camera of him driving them in.
Of that.
Yeah,
it looks hilarious.
He's like, "Thank you for the driving."
And we did buy our tickets today for Thunderbolts.
We did. We just bought them before the show.
May 1st.
May 1st.
So everybody,
it's coming up quick.
So everybody, I didn't put that in my text. I apologize. I thought everybody knew.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, look at the thing when you press the button; it tells you what date it is.
I know.
How much information do you need from us?
I don't.
You want us to tell you where to buy the tickets? You want us to give you the direct link?
Yes. Directly.
He wants everything done for him.
That's what we should just do for now.
All right, we were ending on a good note. Let's end it.
Let's go. Let's wrap it up. We gotta go.
As always, be safe, be well, be kind.
Rewind. Please like and subscribe. Good night, Rocky.
See you, Bobby. Bye, Howard.
We bow down to the tomb
of the Skarsgård.
Oh, we're not worthy.
Oh,
we're not worthy.
Skarsgård.
Thanks, Mad Mardigan.